Now, we're going to enjoy this next video, but before we start, we should always start these off with the Lincoln Projects are failed grifters that are Republicans that decided that they can make more money ripping off the Democrats than they can ripping off Republicans. But we can enjoy the fruits of their labor even though they pocket the majority of money they're given and their work accomplishes nothing. Take a look at this video.
Dear MAGA, we have some bad news. No, not that he lost. Not that your little coup attempt failed and its planners and the attackers are going to jail. No, the really bad news is why Trump told you he lost. Why he set it up way before the 2020 election. It wasn't voter fraud, but it was fraud. Trump told you the election was stolen to rip you off, to sucker you, to take your hard-earned money and shovel it into his pockets. He spent it on himself, not to take back the White House. It was the biggest scam in political history. Every dollar you sent him paid to keep his shaky business empire and lavish lifestyle going. It was a sucker's game all along. And you know who the sucker is? It's you.
This has pissed Trump off extremely. Why is Twitler mad? Because they said he was poor. There was a roast that was done about Twitler, and you could make fun of his wife, his kids, his hair, anything whatsoever about him except being poor. He doesn't like anyone thinking that he's not really a billionaire. But the fact is, he really isn't. So, the money his father gave him, all that money, if he just let somebody else deal with it, you know what? He would have $10 billion before he ran for the presidency. But since he's stupid and incompetent, he tried to do it himself. And the reality is, it looks like he's going to go bankrupt again. But this has ticked him off so much, he responded with, you're going to like this. The perverts and lowlifes of the Lincoln Project are back on. Where else? Fox News. I thought they ran away to the asylum after their last catastrophic campaign, with charges made against them that were big-time sleaze, and me getting many millions more votes in 2020 than I got in 2016. The Paul Ryan run Fox only adds high standards for Trump ads, but not for anyone else. The pervert should not be allowed to false advertise, and Fox News should not allow it to happen. See you all in court. The idiot notion that Trump would ever file a lawsuit here when he would actually have to divulge where the $250 million he milked out of the Republican base for, election lawsuits to get him installed as president. He pocketed that. Even the January 6th committee pointed that out. And there is no way any of those lawyers that he had could have even put a dent in $250 million for their pathetic failed attempt to get it into courts. So he's not going to sue. He's going to throw a tantrum, lie a whole bunch, and then go away as impotent as if, we stole the election when he was president and ran the Justice Department with a whole bunch of pathetic lackeys. If he's not man enough to stop us from stealing the election when he's the president of the United States, there's really nothing you have to fear from this worthless man. He is right about one thing. The Lincoln Projects are worthless people. The fact is, $80 million was raised by these people. $26 million went into their own pockets, and a lot more went into consulting. Figures add up to 80% of what they raised went into overhead. Not only that, they accomplished no votes for the Democrats. Where their videos did the best, they had the least response. Yeah. There is a difference between the Democratic and the Republican base. The Republicans run on hatred, and that's what the Lincoln Project feeds. It's fun, it's entertaining, but the truth is, the Democratic base isn't responding and won't respond to the stupidity fed to Republicans. That's just it. They are failures because Democrats are not as worthless as Republicans. So if you like those videos, please help. The YouTube algorithm is horribly biased against, progressives. And the Republicans have massive amounts of money just to buy it off. So every time you like, every time you put a comment down below, helps us out. So like, subscribe, and if you really want to help the environment, down below is a link to a GoFundMe page where it has a brand new power generation that is 0% carbon emission and one of the cheapest productions of electricity the world has ever had. So go down, help us out.